Recording. Okay, I'm muting
Hello.
now.
That's enough out of you, Luca. So. I hate you so much. The last few hours, although to some of you they perhaps feel more like days, have been a lot. Between travelling the system of Proximus Pride, being unceremoniously shot down and deposited onto the surface of the planet, and then subsequently pursued through one of the lower districts by beings which appear to dart in and out of reality through shadow, a lot has happened. And appearances be damned, you are all mostly human. Which means rest is sometimes required. Recuperation. And that is exactly what the group has been doing. Together, following the last episode, the group bunked down in the dropship alongside Hera, still stationed on the landing pad of the main precinct of Proximus Pride. The dawn now appears to be breaking. Beyond the grimy, ash-darkened windows of the dropship itself, haloed slightly by the still flowing sleety rain, those of you who look can still see the Angel's Eyes facility burning. It looks as if the emergency teams haven't finished putting it out yet. Although it is clearly not in quite such a state of ruin as it was. Some of the fires have been extinguished at least. But there are still alarms blaring deep in the city, and the deep rumble of human voices can be heard emanating up from the depths of the macrostructures. Evidently, this latest incident has done far more harm than those that have come before it. But if Heron's words are accurate, then you are currently in possession of one of the only off-world shuttles, which means that the entire population, for better or for worse, is stuck here. Sora. Yeah, you play Sora.
Oh, hi. I'm recording.
A short while ago, you sent a message to someone.
Mm-hmm. Yo.
And although you weren't certain of whether it got through, you were at least aware that the methods through which Thera sends her communications are more advanced than those that are probably being used by this colony.
Mm-hmm.
Furthermore, you're also familiar enough with Thera's motions to know when she's trying to get your attention. It's subtle, but an uncomfortable sensation of something that is effectively burrowed onto your spine, quietly wriggling. It's not quite enough to make your stomach turn, but it does make your scales itch and your hair stand on end. But it seems that she has something, at least. And it appears also that you are the first to wake.
she'll kind of sit up and like have a glance around at everyone, kind of get her surroundings back before feeling that horrible sensation again and like shivering before muttering, I know, and then getting up and walking to the most private, probably the cockpit of the ship, and
Yeah.
like quickly throwing her shirt off and letting Thera out.
So Thera scuttles out.
Ew.
The familiar sensation of the legs retracting from where they burrow into you and exiting. She scuttles up onto one of the nearby consoles. Partially mechanical, partially biological legs skittering across the keys as she types in a message, which I'm going to send to you.
Daddy can send a message back. What's he saying? I'm scared now. Oh no!
Speaks in Lee. But she sits next to the keyboard.
Shit. Fuck. Right. Thanks, Thera.
She does a little bobble bow, which is her usual way of showing appreciation.
Sora will stand there for a minute and kind of glance back to the door that leads to everyone else before kind of shaking her head. I can't leave them. You understand, right? Like, they're gonna get themselves killed without me.
She skitters across the keyboard again.
Oh no. Of course. Doesn't everyone? You're meant to be backing me up here. You don't think that. But does that mean they do not matter? If we did not have those that serve, then most of everything would be lost. And I don't know, they need me. Do you have a signal? Is there any way you can contact him again? Tell him it was a mistake, that I overreacted, something small. Or do you think it'll be too late?
She clicks, and you see her go through the connectivity process again, attempting to uplink with her orbital satellites. Those that your father has probably had additionally installed.
Okay. She'll kind of slide her shirt back on. Be a little cold probably. Shit. What are the chances of my father turning around if I told him to? Can you calculate that for me? Hmm. I'm in so much trouble. Okay. I fear we'll have to just deal with that. When we deal with it, surely he'll be able to help, right? Help these people? Just as much as I can explain to him, and he'll help us. No, don't calculate that. Yeah, I know. Probably pissed at, Annie's rubbing off on me. I've never sworn more in my life. She smiles softly at that. I know, but I don't want him to do that here. These people don't need to burn, they need to be rescued. Even the monsters feel different. I don't know, maybe I'm naive, perhaps. Is it normal to feel like this? Do you think? Perhaps? I sometimes forget. Sorry. Yeah, okay. You can try. Um, I don't think that's what they need. Um, I don't think they, it's, it's okay. Actually, I think it's time you, head back in now. She'll smile softly, at Vera and hold out her hand.
Vera moves off the keys that she's been dancing across and creeps up and along your forearm. She is slight enough that she can wriggle below your sleeve without really disturbing it. The numerous articulations in her legs allowing for an unparalleled level of flexibility. and you feel her re-engage with the primary system.
She'll shiver and wrap her arms around herself. I should probably wake the others. And tell them. She'll head back in and kind of glance around. Who seems to be the most, like, troubled in their sleep? Like, who's having the worst dreams currently?
Could everyone except Sora roll me a D100, please? Roll for troubled dreams.
Just a D100.
Just flat D100, yeah. There isn't a nightmare modifier, unfortunately.
Ooh. 14. Oh wait, let me put it in rolls.
Oh, 13. That's
Really?
That's a
Wow.
great start. Roll a 15. Roll a 15. Do it.
No, I've already rolled, man.
Oh. Oh, that's not the right channel. I'm blind.
13 dream.
Yes.
Nah, it's the bigger numbers are better, I promise.
Someone roll for Ethel, quick.
Yeah, I think
Ethel is like she's not touching that old scary.
No, I
looking
think
lady
Ethel died in
like
sleep this
anything.
time.
She's
Right?
knocked
Whoa.
unconscious. She's just snoring.
Old enough.
I
right?
imagine Ethel wears like an eye mask and like
a
rollers.
fluffy pink one.
What was the
Yeah.
thing that Mark said last time? It's like the breathing mask. What was it?
Oh,
CPAP
yeah.
machine.
CPAP
Yeah,
machine,
CPAP,
yes.
that one. That's it. Oh, I said it last time and I laughed.
Amazing.
So, Vincent,
Yeah.
you sometimes have difficulty sleeping. There are pills that help it sometimes. Ones that other veterans of your career have recommended. But you obviously have your own thoughts on them. Quite often, though, your dreams take strange form. They aren't so much recollections of missions as they are vague half-remembrances stitched together. Chimera-like contusions of the worst events that you can recall. Gunfire from out of tree outcroppings. Twigs breaking and snapping, not knowing if it's below the boots of dissidents or the feet of survivors. The whistle and grind of a dropship's engine flaming out as it falls from the sky. At the moment, you find yourselves caught in one of those dreams. But this one is slightly different. Every time you fire into the outcropping of trees, the rifle in your hands kicking and barking as it spits lead towards the enemy, they dissipate into shadows. And then those shadows, bleeding onto the ground, simply rise again. Find more shadows, and the shades spread. And Sora, it is in this fitful half state that you find Vincent, who does appear to be the most disturbed currently.
She'll gently sort of kind of shake him slightly. Vincent.
He sort of like comes to with a bit of stirring. You're awake early.
Not by choice.
Anyway, he just kind of shrugs off and sort of stretches a bit, waking himself up a bit more.
She'll move to Annie and do the same.
Oh, I was muted, sorry. I imagine she'd been very gently snoring this whole time.
Do you think she does the hat over the eyes thing?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hat over the eyes, and then like hands behind her head, like resting. If that makes sense. Like hands on so hands behind her, like resting in her neck with the hat on top. But she's definitely been snoring. And she fucking sleeps like a rock. Nothing wakes her up.
Sora will give her like a very soft, very like, oh, she's actually really cute when she's asleep gaze, before trying to wake her up.
Oh. And eyes will slowly open.
Morning.
Hi.
Hi.
She'll start sitting up, moving her hat back onto her head.
Sorry to wake you. I have some news. Important news. I'm waking everyone. And she'll move to, Yuri.
Alright.
Annie, quickly, could you make me a body save, please?
Body save. Body save. Let's go.
No,
Okay.
it was the yucky alcohol. I'm telling you.
The yucky alcohol and the fact
The
that
yucky alcohol.
I literally got fucking sliced right across the chest like yesterday.
The alcohol's worse.
Oh, that's a 6.
Ooh, very nice. That is a success. So, could you restore your health to full, please?
Oh, that's so good.
The scar
W.
itches like fucking crazy.
Oh.
What about wounds? Wounds will stay the same, right? But health is back up to full.
Yes, you were on
Okay.
full wounds again, weren't you?
I was on 1.
1 out of 2. Oh yeah, but you
Yeah.
you had health restored, yeah.
Yeah, cool. Just
Wait, didn't because Annie, sorry, not Annie. Annie got fixed up by Sora. Doesn't that remove the wound, but the health had to heal up? I thought that you were back to
I
normal
thought that's
wounds.
what we did.
Oh, maybe I didn't save it last time, so I should be on 0 wounds, right? And then full
0,
health. Okay.
yeah.
Cool. Got it. Thank you.
You're no longer half.
But yeah, still itches like fucking crazy.
You'll see her like hands like go up to scratch it, and then just uses one of her hands to put the other hand down.
Sora.
Yuri,
Sorry, my bad.
how do you think Yuri sleeps, Ren?
It doesn't matter too much. He has like 0 feeling in most of his body, so it's either a sitting down or maybe on his side. Trying to take the least space as he can.
He doesn't sort of fold himself like a B1 battle droid then.
I wish. I think his body's capable of doing that.
Yeah.
Probably like a sitting down fetal position almost. He tucks himself in.
And yeah, Sora, you can go.
She'll move to him and like gently move some of his like hair out of his face. Hey, morning.
His head slightly goes to jolt up, blinking rapidly. Oh,
Oh, sorry.
Orne. Is everything in order?
I have news, and I don't. Maybe it could have waited. I realize, but everyone's awake now anyway.
See. But everything is okay. More or less.
Winces. Yeah, no one's hurt. So.
I
yeah.
suppose it does depend on the news then, huh? He gives her like a smaller smile and like sits up properly.
Yeah. She looks so nervous. She's so fucking nervous. It's like this is the most like scared they've seen her. She's like, oh, I don't know.
Alright then. What is it? Is everything okay?
She'll walk back towards everyone, who I'm guessing is now got the idea that she's got something to say, right?
Yeah, you haven't seen Hera.
Oh,
That's not good. I don't like
that's
that.
not good.
I don't like that. No. Okay.
She's not inside?
Maybe she's taking a piss. Who knows? I mean, this is fine.
Maybe.
She's not inside now.
She's doing a little tinkle. It's fine. We're good. Let's just ignore that horrifying fact for a couple of minutes, okay, guys?
Our pilot, the one thing to get us on this planet right now.
Yeah.
Dylan. Do I also get to roll if I restore my sad 2 HP that I lost?
Yes, please. Roll to heal concussion. Body save, please.
Thank you. Oh no, that's a 93. I don't think that's.
Oh shit.
Okay, the head is still ringing.
Okay,
Oh,
that's
Pookie.
fair. He's so used to this.
You went into sleep mode, so you didn't fully shut down.
Oh, okay.
You're on standby.
Does not refresh.
Yeah, his little like wake light was really annoying.
Middle of the night, Vincent go up and just put like a blanket over it just to cover the light.
Just a blanket over him.
Yeah.
And just enough of that now.
To the random person, it looked like he was being very polite and tucking Yuri in, but no, he was actually just like covering the light.
He does have a light in his like lower chest that glows, so fair enough.
So, sorry, I got excited because I had a motorbike. Did you not hear it through?
Yeah, I wondered what that was. I was like, huh?
The motorbike. Anyway. Sorry to wake you all up. Yesterday I may have, I did. It's not a may. I did. Well, it was at the shootout. I got maybe a little bit more than just scared, and, you know that thing on my back that I showed you, yesterday? She'll look at Annie.
Yeah, kinda hard to forget.
She'll wince at that. Ugh. I'm sorry, uncomfortable. Well, I used her to send a signal to my father, and he is on his way with a lot of guns.
I think Vincent probably rubs his eyes at that. Sort of looks down and rubs his eyes.
I'm failing to see the bad side of that. We could always use more guns.
That's true. However, I am unsure whether, or how mad he will be at me.
For what exactly?
Sorry, say that one more again. I didn't.
For what exactly? She said.
I just have a feeling he isn't going to be very happy at all. Although I could be wrong. I just don't know whether he is going to be aiming the weapons at us, or more importantly, you guys.
It's not good.
I'm sure he won't. I'm not sure he won't. That's why I'm scared. But I don't want him to. I'm sure I could get him to listen. I just thought I would let you know before he gets here and surprises all of you.
Yuri kind of crosses his arms, deep in thought, kind of slightly squinting and looking away. He looks like he's thinking about something.
I was going to say, I think Vincent, by this point, kind of got up, wandered towards the door and cracked it open and started getting a cigarette out. He hasn't really said much.
Listen,
I don't think there's much to worry about.
When you say a lot of guns, what is it exactly that you mean?
He's, as far as I know, quite protective of me, so hearing that I was in danger, maybe angered him slightly. It's not like that. He's...
You reap what you sow. He takes another breath.
To be fair, if he didn't want you to be in danger, he shouldn't have sent you on this mission.
What he said.
I don't think he intended for this to happen, and I want to be here now. I thought that I wanted to leave and run away from this, but I don't. I want to stay, but it's a little too late for me to call him off. So I need to tell you, all of you.
While you're saying that, Vincent looks puzzled and then opens the door more. What is the origin of that, Dylan? He's looking outside
can't
for it.
See it. It looks, or it smells rather like it's coming from the other side of the dropship, under one of the wings.
Oh no, Hira's dead.
It's a rotting corpse. Everybody, good job, we lost the pilot.
Fuck!
He'll just quickly say.
Maybe she's just taking a dump. She just took a dump under.
If dump smells like what I've been told, I'd be kind of concerned.
Well, I missed that. I missed what it smelled like. That's my bad.
It's a
No,
private
it was
thing.
in private message.
It's a private thing. Don't worry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bad play, bad play.
You're all getting private stuff.
Oh no!
I think smelling that, he'd just quickly say like, something smells weird. I'll be right back. And then step out.
No,
I'm gonna look at. I'm gonna look at Ethel and just. It's probably her. Point at her.
From outside.
Okay.
Burning meat. As he like starts to kind of get out a bit quicker.
Oh yeah, Sora's gonna run after him.
I will follow at a leisurely pace, rubbing my stomach because I'm hungry for breakfast.
I was like, yeah, cannibalism breakfast soon.
Oh God!
By the sounds of it. Yeah, trying to go to the origin of that.
So, Ren, are you alright? I had music and then...
It's not music. I live next to a hospital. There are sirens every single
Oh.
day. I'm sorry.
I thought that was a national anthem for some reason.
No. I'm sorry.
No, it's all good. I was just wondering what it was.
I missed that, I'm not even gonna lie, so you're good. I didn't even realise it happened.
Yeah, me too. I didn't even hear it.
So, Vincent, you round the corner of the dropship. Your dreams still somewhat familiar in your mind. And the smell of charring meat brings back a familiar recollection. It was a space station that had drifted, and you were contracted to bring it back. But it had moved outside of the system it was meant to be in, and the crew had taken drastic measures after the food ran out.
Oh, no.
And you had to put them down, those of them that were left, the scrawny, fleshless things that they were. So when you round the corner, you're pleasantly surprised as you see Hera standing in front of what appears to be a small charcoal grill that she's set up, charring meat.
Oh fuck yeah!
I think as he rounds the corner, he's like, he did like a light sort of jog, sort of thinking of that as he was running around, like, no. And then as he saw that, he would sort of exhale and a big puff of smoke come out and be like, and then just relax again.
Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning, it is.
I thought you'd want something better than the ration packs, and I had some ulog flesh left over. Does anyone object? She gestures down to the grill.
What does it smell like? To Sora.
It's... You've had... Sora's not a vegetarian or anything, is she?
No, I wouldn't say so.
No, you've definitely had some pretty good meat before to eat. Thank you. But mostly it's been high-class affairs. It's been rich steaks drowned in wine sauces, all very decadent. This is a bit more basic. It is just hot flesh. It's just charcoal grilled hot meat. It's a familiar scent, but it's definitely not one that you are entirely familiar with.
Okay. But does it smell good? Does it smell bad? What is the vibe?
It's pretty thick, but it smells pretty good.
She'll nod and kind of accept what she's given.
Hera takes 4 long metallic skewers, which Vincent you would recognize for what they actually are, which is bayonet blades, and proceeds to impale a small number of roasted vegetables as well as several chunks of the meat onto them before passing them out. There. If it's not good, don't tell me. If it is, please do.
Yuri's actually gonna politely decline when she
I'll-
offers him.
I'll have yours if you're not eating it.
Yeah, feel free. I'm sure it's great. It's just personal preferences.
You're not one for meat, metal man?
Not that my remaining organs can handle something like this that well. And we still have a job to do.
More for me. She's got a skewer in each hand. And she's just like taking a bite off one, and then then taking a bite off the other. Very happy,
love
very
it.
happy. She's like perched up, like she's resting up against the dropship. It's like this is the best day ever.
Sora is like eating hers really politely and like smiling at
Bling.
Annie.
Imagine she's
So
got like
cute.
a little finger flicked out as she holds the.
Oh my god,
effectively
yeah.
A skewer.
Pinky out.
Little pinky out. Oh my god. That's so cute.
Is that like a box that to sit down on around the fire sort of thing?
Yeah, she set up what is effectively a small camp under the wing. The rain's still falling, but she set up a number of basic seats, which are mainly just crates. There's obviously the burner, which she looks like she's linked up directly to the fuel main, which is not recommended, but she's doing it anyway.
Probably that has an implication on the meme, but yeah, sure. I think Vincent would have sat on like not like fully in the group, just on the side, and taken the section of food, put it down to the side, and then continued smoking a cigarette. He's gonna eat it, but he's finishing the ciggy first.
Do not eat the cigarette.
Let's have him one time.
It's a good meal. She's overcooked it a little bit, but in a way that feels intentional, seeing as she's done it on all of them. But it is fortifying, and in spite of the blowing cold wind, each of you does feel a little heat returning to your bones. And anyone who has any, could you please restore 1 stress point?
Slay!
The Jenga tower slowly reduces.
I'm so glad I still haven't taken any stress. I'm
Does
so
Annie
proud of
get
myself.
See, for the way
Does
Annie's
Annie get
reacting, I wouldn't even be surprised.
double? If you had stress, you'd have double de-stress. You had 2.
Like a very full meal.
Yum 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 yum.
Okay. I don't have any stress anyway.
I was watching the facility, and she points her own now empty skewer towards the Angel's Eyes facility. It's been burning for a while.
You see anything interesting?
Nothing that I'm not 100% sure isn't the minor concussion from the blow we took yesterday. I thought I saw strange colors coming off it, but that's probably just the smoke.
How's it look? How's it looking now? Can we see it from here?
Yeah, you can still see it. Now, it's a lot more smoke than fire. It looks like the last of the major blazes have been put out completely. but it's definitely still burning inside.
Okay.
That's so cute. But it is like a B1 battle droid.
Yeah, I was gonna say. We needed the force field.
So cute.
Just wait for
Not fully compact.
the bad ending where Yuri gets cloned 6,000 times and they just deploy him from one of those big brown MTTs.
Oh, yeah.
Amazing.
Speaking of Star Wars, my mum almost bought me a glass crystal Millennium Falcon today.
What the f?
Yeah, I just slapped her hand. I was like, no,
Oh.
sir. You do not buy me expensive shit because I say I like it and it's pretty, okay? I was not best pleased.
But I was also looking towards the Nexus. And she indicates the fabrication nexus. The primary orbital needle, which is the main focus of the Reclamation Fleet's efforts. It does not look operational, but we are here to fix it. But not many lights on.
Well, I guess that tracks. Seeing as it's under lockdown.
Did any of you have ideas of how to get around? Colonial cities like this take their lockdowns seriously.
Annie's gonna shrug. I
Like
guess we
Sora?
talk to Heron. I think that's as good a place as any to start.
Sorry, did you say Heron?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, sorry.
Maybe she'll be kind enough to offer us some kind of vehicle.
Potentially. But it depends how she gets you clearance.
We did restore their communications, and they did fail to prevent us from being shot down. So I'd say given they help a little bit.
They do owe us.
It can't hurt to ask.
No. And if you need to get anywhere by the air, I'm here. Although, I might have to have a look at the flare systems. I haven't had to use them for years. But if we're going to get shot down now, I might have to make some adjustments to the kit I've been using.
And he's gonna finish like the last skewer, like bit on the skewer. Is there anything you can't do? And like smiles at her.
I have
Very
never
jokingly.
tried rodeo.
Oh, you love it.
What's radio?
But
Dylan,
she looks
is
at you.
rodeo a thing? Is rodeo a thing? I was just playing it. I was just yes-anding.
No, it is very much a thing.
Yay! Hank would have
Original
taken
horses, not so much. Only the super rich would have those because they'd have to be custom, effectively
me.
gene bred.
Yeah.
The most common type of rodeo is done on the back of a type of animal called an oolog.
Which is 8, isn't it?
Which is
That's
exactly what you
we've
just ate.
eaten. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're effectively big, bulky lizards, but they are kind of this universe's cow.
The light lizards. Everyone ate
What's that?
lizards.
Yeah.
Mhm. Okay. You've never heard of rodeo? She'll say to Sora.
No.
Basically, you get on the back of a horse, or more commonly, for my type, an oolog, and like she'll gesture to the grill. And it's just you demonstrate your skills, handling the animal, seeing what you can wrestle up, what you can rope in. Real fun.
And you do this a lot.
Not professionally, but for
With
fun sometimes.
professionals?
I mean, as performers, yeah. Sometimes people go see these amazing people do these things, but I prefer to do it more as a hobby, I guess.
Ah. Can you show me?
If we ever find a new log, I promise you I will show you.
She smiles very brightly and nods and then shuts up and finishes her thing.
That's not what a rodeo is where I come from.
She's gonna, like, Annie will look at her and, like, raise an eyebrow, but still smiling. Now I'm intrigued.
Well, Volskaya does not have any animals anymore.
None?
None at all.
Not even,
The
like,
siege-
bugs or...
Only the ones we import. And we eat those.
Damn.
The ecology does not support life anymore. So a rodeo is... She looks confused for a moment, and you hear her mutter some words in a language you don't know. And then she continues, is when the what do you call them? Tank system driver? When the automatic system glitches, but you need to get in the tank. So you climb on it.
And you do that for fun?
No, it's very dangerous.
Oh.
I think, yeah, Annie's gonna, like, laugh behind her hand.
I've seen too many eaten by the treads.
Like, she knows it's a serious matter and she shouldn't be laughing at it, so she's really trying to hide it. And she'll, like, cough into her elbow. Oh, God. So, what's on the agenda? She put her hands on her hips and look at everyone else.
I think Vincent, without looking towards them, would just be like, go and speak to her and see what you can do about the lockdown at the Nexus. And then from there.
And perhaps expect
Yeah, I heard it that time again.
I wanted to
it's okay.
release the tension. I was like, make a noise.
That's right.
Oh my god.
There's fucking three of them!
and another one. That's a full one. That's a record. Okay. Someone is actually dying. Like, I'm sorry.
No worries, no worries.
How dare they?
And perhaps expect a very angry man to come and maybe point guns at us.
Sorrel
That too.
defense.
How far away is he?
I I'm sorry, I don't know. Probably
Okay.
closer than I think.
I
Or than
figure we got
expect.
time then. We got some time, anyway.
Mhm.
Let's talk to Heron first, you're right.
I'm sorry, who with guns?
My father.
Peach's daddy.
Why does he have guns?
I've never asked. She'll look off.
Oh,
I
probably.
think it's for his work.
Is there an equivalent of insight in this game? How is Sora looking?
Oh.
I'd
When she's
say.
saying that.
She's not necessarily telling the truth, but she's not necessarily lying either. She doesn't precisely know what he does, just that she knows that it is not good, and if she speaks about it, he'll be mad at her, so she's
Oh
trying
my god.
to play dumb.
Sora's dad is a mob boss.
Come to me on the day of my daughter's wedding.
Yeah.
Kill my
And he's in
daughter.
trouble! Oh dear.
Crime
Yeah, I'd
family.
say you can probably see that, Yuri.
Yeah,
Because there's not much for her to lie about.
yeah.
I'm assuming Vincent
Well,
would have
how
picked
would
up
I
on
know? Yeah.
the context. So it's
I mean-
fairly obvious.
Annie's gonna find, while they're having this conversation, she's just gonna find like a random rail or something on the ship and just start doing chin-ups. Just to relieve some energy, get some energy out.
Look off
Sora's
breakfast.
watching.
I'm ready whenever you are. And she just keeps going until told otherwise.
If no one's immediately moving, Vincent's just until the cigarette is the next cigarette. By the way, he had one, ate like most of the meal, not all of it, and then got another one.
Sora will frown at that. You know that it's
You're-
unhealthy for you, right?
Yes, you're going to need metal lungs better than mine pretty much soon.
Mm-hmm. He sort of lazily says that.
There are
Annie,
ways-
Annie, at that, Annie's gonna jump down from what she's like, a minute or so of just consistent pull-ups, and then go on, your turn. Let's see how long you can last after breathing in those horrible, stinky things.
He
He
sort of
just
looks.
grins at that idea. So
He hasn't
he's
been.
very-
He hasn't really been present. He's kind of just been off to the side. So hearing that, he sort of almost comes back to reality from that, and he's like, he's sort of.
I'm not
Thinks
here to
about-
question your choice. I'm just, I like making competitions out of things. That's just me.
He'll
They will kill you though.
he just kind of ignores that. He's more focused on the sudden this competition. This is not what I thought this morning was going to go. But he'll think about it for a second, and then
Do it.
sort of stand up,
Peer pressure.
chuck the cigarette on the floor, stamp it out, and then step over towards the bar. Just kind of do a quick stretch for me. Okay. He's shaking off the age. It feels like not as much as I thought. Obviously, I think we all know this at least.
You
Alright.
should go easy on the old man.
Sora's
Before
giggling
he
quietly.
starts, what's the general number that Annie hit in that one little?
I think she probably did like 3 sets of 12 or something like that.
Okay, just for reference. Alright, I'm assuming Dylan, you want me to.
I'd say you could roll either body or combat.
I have athletics.
Ooh.
Oh, yes.
Athletics.
Athletics on. I can roll it on combat too. You said.
Did you hear
Yeah,
this
'cause I'd say,
mischievous fucking
like-
giggle?
Yeah.
Classing it as like professional training.
Alright, let's do it. It's a fairly big number as well, but again, big numbers don't mean shit when you roll above 73 times. Big numbers
Yeah,
don't
I hope
roll.
you're using
Yeah.
different dice.
Yes, please.
Yeah, I am. Oh, one fell out. I'm gonna re-roll that. Oh, it's a success anyways.
Nice.
41
Yay!
on a 65.
Oy.
Slay.
Please, I'll show you what this old man can do.
Showed off with one arm.
So you do successfully manage to do, as that was with a skill check, roughly 3 or 4 more sets than Annie.
Oh,
Hey, I wasn't done yet, okay? I just...
He'd
there was
get
an
off
opening
and,
in the
like,
conversation.
he's like rolling his shoulder on his right arm, his left hand resting on it. He's like, I'm sure you were. And then walk back over to where he was sat and then sit back down. But facing everyone this time around.
The crate jingles a little bit.
Jingles? Jingles?
Fast, fast.
Jingles? That's a weird choice of word.
What?
jingle.
Wait, what?
What's in the
As
crate?
in it makes a jingling noise?
As in, it sounds like there's a lot of metal things inside it.
Okay. I was gonna say, wait, what?
Jingle, jingle, jingle.
Mimic guy.
I think you just
Jingle.
assume that's
Jingle.
normal. I don't think you'd look too much into it.
Jingle, jingle, jingle.
What about you? Hera points at you, Yuri.
I haven't done one in my life. I could try for your entertainment.
I would love that.
Me too.
He's actually now thoughtful. He looks at his hands like, I have never actually attempted to use my mechanical body for this kind of stuff. He just shrugs and walks up to it and would actually attempt to copy them.
On one hand, piston arms. On second hand, like triple the weight because of metal.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
weighs off. Do I roll for combat?
Either combat or body, whichever you prefer.
Oh, well, they're both shit, so.
Yada 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 yada
Oh,
yada
yeah.
yada yada.
I rolled a 50, exactly 50, which is a fail, but still. It's not as bad as
So-
it could have been.
In your case, it's less that you can't. Your body is physically capable. It's more the fact that you aren't 100% sure how. You do the first 3 all right. But then you question yourself as to whether you've raised yourself high enough and whether this even really counts if technically you're just using pure mechanical strength. In the end, you find yourself more confused with the logistics of it than the number that you actually managed to do.
He just kind of hangs there with one hand, just stares up at it, and then like stares at his shoulder, which is still metallic. I don't think that this counts. But
Not bad for a newbie.
he like drops off.
Maybe I should set up a... Yeah. We should start training. Every morning.
Training.
Yeah, I'll set up some kind of schedule. And we'll do it every morning, and then we'll be in tip-top shape to fight whatever comes our way, even if it is Peach's dad with his guns.
Let's not
The bar
fight
has
her
bent
dad.
slightly.
You don't want to receive a punch from that guy.
I think I'll pass on the morning routine.
Are you sure?
Fair.
I'll do it.
Yeah.
She'll kind of like, she's gonna give her a look that's just like, oh, sweetie.
She's doing that.
Oh,
She will-
baby.
for the first time, she's gonna frown and then walk over to the bars.
No.
Okay,
Come here.
I'll give you a lift up, get you,
No, I don't. I'm not a child.
just to get, alright, just, sometimes you need a little bit of help at first.
She rolls her
I'm
eyes.
sure. I'm sure you'll do great. Why don't you give it a try?
Oh my
You
god.
look in a good shape.
That's a 10.
You knew that was coming. By the way, for Yuri and Sora's pull-ups, Vincent smirked when they approached, both in the exact same way.
You got a 10.
See, this is why we
I
need.
got a 10.
But that's a pass, isn't it?
Yeah,
That
Yeah.
is an
Pass.
astounding pass. That is
Yeah.
an amazing
Good
pass.
pass.
yeah,
Yeah. No, she's
yeah.
You sure your little friend isn't helping you? Like she's just gonna like look around and see if like she's getting any assistance, like scratching her head a little bit.
No, I don't think Thera's capable of that.
Yeah, Annie
Really
doesn't know that.
impressed.
Yeah, we don't know that.
Annie doesn't know that, and he's like, "You're cheating." No.
Does Sora beat Annie's score? Please say she does. That's
I
fucking
actually
hilarious.
didn't roll. I didn't roll because I was just doing it purely for roleplay purposes at the beginning, and then it
That's
became
so
like a
funny.
competition. Wait, let me roll. So athletics, combat athletics.
Yeah.
I mean, it's unlikely that I'm going to roll under that, but so that is
I got a 41
59.
for reference.
A 40, which is a pass.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Damn.
I'd say purely from the fact that Annie is like a heavyweight trained with the arms of a fucking Greek goddess.
Yippee!
She does do more. However, for Sora, it's almost more impressive because it's this weedy noodle snake that's doing it.
I didn't describe
Aw,
her.
Snake.
She's got like a hidden build. She's okay. She's built.
Well, yeah, but she's not Annie.
Yeah, that's so true. You're so right.
Yeah.
Also
This
not
is
metal.
pure
also not
comparison.
Vince.
And
And
yes,
also not
also
withered
not
like
Vince.
Ethel.
We all know Ethel would win if she was here by just breaking the bar off and beating you
Absolutely.
all with it.
Ethel would make like a little a mini version of a cherry picker and just go up and down. Just
Amazing.
Got like
That was actually
one of those
so
lift
funny.
descenders that the old
Yeah.
people use.
Oh god, we're picking
But
on
this
her.
is,
She's over here.
I mean, this is what I mean though. If we can do this every morning, be great. I can teach you some form. Like you managed to lift yourself up, okay, Peach, but your form's all off. Could use some work. But she's
I think
smiling. Like you can
Yeah.
tell she's kind of saying it in a little bit of jest.
She grins. She's beaming. She's like, yeah, fuck you. I showed you up.
I'm amazing.
Suck my dick.
Oh. Hero glances round the front of the dropship. It looks like we have company.
Oh, I'm gonna look
looking.
wherever she's looking.
Looking around, you can see that. No, Hera has not volunteered, actually.
Oh, shame.
If she did, she absolutely would do that though.
She'd
would
smash it
destroy
all. Yeah.
We all know it. We all know it.
But Heron is standing on the path to the docking pad that you are currently situated on, holding an umbrella. You lot, I have news.
Oh yeah.
Well,
Please?
well, it's definitely news, if nothing else. But I'm willing to say that it is, on the whole, positive. You see, Agent Lark has reported in from the assignment I gave to her. And she believes that she has found... Well, she thinks she's found Scorched.
Vincent's ears perk up at that a little bit.
She believes she's found him.
Well, she and the rest of Squad 11 have managed to track him to one of the water processing facilities in one of the old districts. The only problem is that while she's tracked him inside, she hasn't actually found him himself, and is currently expressing over the radio how... I won't repeat exactly what she said, but she is relatively displeased that she is unable to breach the facility by herself.
Okay, and why do you think that concerns us at all?
Simple. Skorst has the security codes. Skorst has access into the upper districts, and Skorst has answers. He is, in effect, my superior, although he holds no actual rank. You do see her fingers twitch slightly when she mentions official rank.
Someone's
But-
butt hurt.
I was going to say, by the
Someone
way,
wanted that promotion.
Vincent was asking that
Um,
knowing he was just asking sort of like a prod, just seeing how she would answer. Less so like actually oblivious to it. Would he have information on how to get into the fabrication nexus? And he sort of like gingerly points towards it across the distance.
If there's anything in this city regarding security, Skorst knows about it, and he knows a damn lot more than he lets on.
Sounds
Last time
great.
You would think so, wouldn't you? But I don't trust a man who has that much power over his head. Last time I heard from him, he was tracking down the scientists from the Angel's Eyes facility after they went dark. I don't know how well he got on with that.
Didn't have to trust people to get information.
Well, no. Except Skorst is often heavily armed, and that means that I don't take kindly to questioning him.
do you know how to get around this lockdown? The fabrication nexus, I mean.
I know some plausible
you
ways
give-
of getting around it.
Can you give clearance?
I can give clearance to the districts, yes. Some of them. But unfortunately, as you may have noticed, I am currently the precinct director of this district, which means that I'm somewhat locked in. Hemmed in until my superiors give the all clear, and considering the fact that they have been completely radio silent since the lockdown began, I'm willing to bet that they are not in a position to give me said clearance. Skorst, however, has master access keys. He could get you anywhere.
And what about... Actually, he sort of goes to say that and then sort of stops for a moment, realizing what he's saying. Hypothetically, if people were to work around this through other means, and he sort of glances towards Yuri.
He gives him like a side eye, like, "What are you saying? Are you about to like give away our ways?"
Oh no, it's just sort of. I think he'd stop at that. He sort of did a very small glance and then back. He's more asking like, can it be hacked through? That's what he's going for.
Well,
Is
it
it
depends.
also legal or not?
A suitable technical expert might be able to get through the lockdown, breach certain doorways, but that always runs the risk of setting off alarms, tripping main sensors, or alerting people who may or may not still be in control of the city. Personally, and again, you don't technically work for me, so I'm not under any obligation to force you to obey my commands, I would advise against it. I don't exactly want to be pissing off the planetary governors at a point like this, but it could be done.
Do you perhaps know who's in charge in general of the fabrication nexus?
That would be a surprisingly complicated question. The fabrication nexus itself is built and assembled by the Osiris estate, which means, on a pure technicality, it's owned by the estate itself. In that case, I'd say the owner would be Mama Matilda herself. But
Currently, on this planet.
on this planet, I'd say it would be in the hands of the planetary governors. It would either be Neymar Kral, who was head of planetary defense. He was the one that Skorst worked directly below, or possibly Helen Alturov. He was the industrial manager.
Can we get those names one more time?
Yeah.
No, sorry, she deliberately speaks very quickly, so I'm going
Yeah,
to
yeah.
put them in.
I was gonna say. I wrote down the first one. I reckon I spelled the second name correct because I'm feeling good about this one. But if I spell it wrong, I'll be very upset. Come on. Well, I spelled it wrong. Damn it.
Oh.
No.
I think I just misheard it entirely as well. Well, pop those in.
I spelled the last name of the second guy right. Yippee.
Okay. I was gonna say that's one I did. Very well done.
So, if we get communication with Scorst, we might be able to go further up.
Indeed. It would be the simplest and quickest way, at least the one that I can work out at the current moment. Uplink with him, I'm sure he'd be able to explain more, but more importantly, he'd be able to get you access. That is, if he's still alive.
Still alive, I thought that Lark said that she believes she had found him.
She has found him, of course. He went into one of the water treatment facilities. However, she also described that there was a large number of individuals pursuing his security entourage into the facility. So, she just sort of shrugs carelessly.
Question.
Go ahead.
If he dies, who takes over from him?
Well, under usual circumstances, it would be one of the other heads of security in the upper districts. Kill your way through enough of those, and I suppose eventually I'd get to the top of the pile.
What about now?
Now, with full authorization difficult to attain, if he were to discover dead for any particular reason, then I suppose direct leadership of the security of this colony would fall to me. But that would be temporary, until such a point as a superior could be identified.
That's a tough position to be in.
I didn't sign up to be head of security to have an easy life. I want this colony safe, secure, and, most importantly, safe.
Yuri kind of makes like a face between a pout and a, "Are you sure about that?" but doesn't say anything. Like, "You're doing a good job." Well then, could we get the coordinates to where Lark believes Scorst is located?
Of course. Naturally, you're under no obligation to find the bastard, but it would be appreciated. And I dare say it would further your goals significantly. Not to mention that the re-addition of Scorst to our current constabulary would be of significant boon. He always did tend to keep a rather heavily armed security force with him.
I'm sure we'll have our way with him.
Do you know why he hasn't tried to contact? Or do you think that none of it has gone through?
For Scorst, I can never be entirely sure. He never answered his communication even at the best of times. I think, personally, he wants the glory. He's looking for the scientists, who he seems to think have some kind of personal vendetta against the colony, ever since Anval went bankrupt. But I don't know, in all honesty. It could be the communications blackout. But then again, he might just not want us knowing what he's up to.
Very well. Thank you for this information.
Again, I'll send what reinforcements I can, but at the moment I am overstressed and overtaxed by the current events within the city. I'm attempting to deal with a whole of Proximus Pride's problems using only a single security force. We usually have 24.
Good luck to you then.
Sora frowns and thinks about saying if she needs anything, she's there, but that sounds a bit gay, so she doesn't.
Sounds a
You
bit
see-
gay. Weren't you
Sounds
just
a bit
looking at the
gay.
other one?
Oh
Yeah.
no! She's definitely still gawking. I think that's one of the main reasons she doesn't say it is because her cheeks heat up immediately at the thought of offering help to this woman. Like, there's not much she can do except like maybe a massage, but even then, it's a bit weird. It's
I
a
think
bit
she has
gay.
time for a massage.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what she. That's why she doesn't say anything. She's like, no, I don't think she'd appreciate it. To be fair.
Do you need help de-stressing?
Yeah,
With those
that's
eyebrows.
Guns.
that's what went through her mind, and then she was like, no,
Lol.
no, I can't say that. I can't say that.
Has Heron given us the coordinates? Like, has she shown us on like somewhere, or will she send it, or how was that gonna?
So, the official title of the destination is Water Treatment Plant AIX-4, and that would have come along with
Catchy.
coordinates.
Like a map? Okay.
Yeah.
How far away is that? If Yuri checks it on like his nerd iPad.
The problem with this one is that it's not exactly far away. It's not towards the exterior of Proxima's Pride. However, it's very deep in Proxima's Pride. It appears to actually go below the substrata to where the city actually burrows a good distance into the mantle.
Do you
The
perhaps
crust,
have
rather.
any recommendations of how we can get there faster and safer?
As far as I can recall, it's in one of the old research and development districts, and those have been disused for a considerable amount of time at this point. Mostly, I'd say you could get down to them using the lifts. I could give you access codes that would get you down there. I
That is
can't provide
appreciated.
any kind of armoured transport if that's what you're requiring, and unfortunately, I don't believe your aerial craft would be of any use down there. It's far too cramped, and there's little room to maneuver.
I think the lifts would be fine. He kind of looks around, checking with the rest of the group.
Yeah. Sounds straightforward enough.
We'll find him. It reaches both of our goals.
She pauses for a moment. If you do find him, don't rush. I'm sure he can put up with some pressure himself, and it would probably do him good to have some humility forced upon him at least one point in his life.
Noted.
Last question from me. Any comments on what Scorst is like from your personal experience? Like who we're dealing with?
She strokes her chin. Well, he's former corporate security. I'm not exactly entirely sure where, but I do know that the planetary governors jumped on the opportunity to hire him the moment that he appeared on the colony. He's driven, particularly self-involved. He makes plans and he sticks to them, no matter what. And he is very self-assured. He's never wrong, at least according to him.
Sounds kind of like a douche.
I have no official statement on that.
Right. She's gonna like
Sora-
wink,
Sora
wink,
kind of
nudge, nudge
snorts
at her.
slightly.
Like she's just gonna wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
But he's effective when he needs to be, and sometimes a firm hand is what is required. The problem is that he does not know when to apply the firm hand and when to apply the gentle one, if he even has the second.
I'll get my stuff. I'm gonna go back on the ship and like gather my things together
Yes, we shall.
for the journey ahead.
Thanks for the info. He kind of says as he gestures and also heads towards the ship.
Yes, good
She
luck with
nods.
your endeavors.
Thank you. And you.
Tora will glance at everyone leaving and then glance back to her. If you need anything, just ask. And she'll walk away quickly, like rushing slightly.
Oh fuck, I flirted.
Shut your shot.
Oh fuck!
She's
She clicks her heels again and moves back towards the precinct.
I'm guessing we're just taking stuff and then getting ready to go towards the lifts because we have a plan now, right?
We have a plan.
I think so.
But on the way.
Would it be okay to take a short break, Dylan? Just
Yes,
so I
of course.
can walk him. The boy.
Puppy.
The puppy. I won't be long. I'll be like
Yeah.
10 minutes.
Should we say maybe until like
9:30?
yeah, half
Yeah,
8?
half past the hour.
Yeah, half past.
Yeah, cool. I should be back
You
before
said
then anyway.
9:30,
But...
and everyone that lives, literally everyone else in the chat was like, "Oh,
right.
you're
No,
an hour
sorry.
ahead
An hour and a
of
half.
us."
I forgot. I forgot.
We all were like, that's in an hour.
Oh my
babe."
god.
It was literally a split second. My brain went 9. No, wait.
Alright,
I entirely forgot. Lol. Oh,
Okey-dokey.
oh,
In
it's so
that
cool.
case,
I noticed. It's so cool. This is cool.
Mm,
I will be
what
back
are our
in a bit.
thoughts on this
I'll
scorched
be also right
individual?
back.
Uh,
I'll be back in a second.
I bet he's gonna be fucking evil, bro. What? Brother, what? I mean, logic dictates from everything we've heard. There's not much reason to believe. I don't see that, but sure. And I feel like she's just doing her job and she can't go down there, and Lark's gone down there, and Lark's saying this stuff. I feel like we all trust Lark at this point. At least somewhat. Oh. God, I'm so fucking tired. After session, we need to talk about Moulin Rouge. Oh no, just like stuff to bring, like plans for while we're in London and whatnot, because we've got quite a bit of time between. I was gonna make a notes thing, but I was doing it while we were at the studio, so I didn't have a chance. But I was gonna write down everything I should probably put in my bag, because I get the feeling I'm gonna be the dad of the. Yeah, I get the feeling I'm gonna be the dad of the trip. Yeah, sure. We'll see when I come with like everything we need in my bag, and with the tickets. I'm probably gonna bring my laptop for the train. I can't lie. It doesn't really take up too much space. Yeah, I mean, I'm already bringing my bag, so and it doesn't really get much weight. Yeah, no, mine is a thin. Mine is very thin. Yours is a gaming laptop. Oh man, I did some of my washing at like 6 a.m. this morning. No, because I was staying up and I'd eaten breakfast, no dinner, or well, a mixture of the two, at like 4 a.m. Then at 4:30 I came back, and two of the guys were still on the VC on the shed. I was like, Liver and Ellis just there, and I was like, what the fuck? So I spoke to them for like another hour. Got to like 5:30, and I was like, I'm gonna do my fucking washing to stay awake. I went down, there was a cleaning lady in the laundry. I bet she had no fucking expectation of someone coming down at 6 a.m. I was like, hello. Staying up late for the... My stress is stay up late. I'm gonna do my washing tonight as well. I can stay up... Well, I'll probably end up staying up late tonight unless I get really tired. But I'm gonna do the rest of my washing. I did my whites yesterday. This morning. Fuck. I'll do the rest tomorrow or tonight, and then tomorrow I'll do the... I have a really big shop I need to do. I'm debating if I do it before or after Moulin Rouge, but I'll probably do it before. Yeah, otherwise I won't have food when I get back. I'll be dead Mondays. How, you just like... Where? Where from, bro? Rastaclot. Oh. The amount of sugar daddies is crazy. uh, No, I was only joking. Damn. The wonders of having exposable income, I suppose. I look forward to when I have that random shop. And bitch, fucking hell. Okay, now. Oh yeah, an hour before the session, I was looking at Phoebes' message for the Last of Us thing. I'm honestly between it, and I think my deciding factor on if I either agree to or not is if I get a really good idea and I get into it. I think that's what drives if I'm really like feeling it. Plus, I might actually replay the game. I might replay the game. Sure. Have you got like a little connected characters and stuff? Oh yeah. Okay. And a dude. To be fair, I've been like writing them all down. I got little docs. I've just coming up with like general concepts. I told you how I come up with my characters usually, right? It's like story first. I've got one of them is hold on, like a friend. Oh, you playing the buff guy? I do not want to play a buff guy, so that's good. I've already written it down. Yeah, I'm debating what I was going for. Because I'm going between like, okay, what kind of story do I want to tell, and also something that I've realized I do a lot is I sort of archetype the character over the main stat, but not like as a complete guiding point. So like with Vince, I went guns, and that was the main stat. Oh yeah, no worries. Yeah. Bosh. How many
Hello.
Oh, hello.
Mhm.
Me and Lex were discussing Phoebe's campaign.
Oh, it sounds so cool, but I'm sure there's already a lot of players, and also I can't. My uni doesn't end that early on Thursdays, and I'm really sad. Even if I wanted to, I don't think I could have joined on time.
I'm honestly between it
Early.
as well. I'm still debating if I do, only because I haven't really told many people, but I'm kind of been out of like playing TTRPGs and role playing stuff
Mm.
in my brain. I think where we had so many breaks with this campaign, and I was dealing with a lot of stuff at uni, I kind of just stopped thinking about it too much. So my
I've
judging
also
factor is like if I get a good character, and if I get my brain working, then I'll be like, oh yeah, I'll play that.
I've never even watched the show either, so like.
I've played the
I
game and I've
would.
watched the show, but I'm also I'm not like one of the people who paid full attention to it. So I have played them, but I'm not like I'm
I
not
would
super
have to
knowledgeable.
like get into all the lore and probably get obsessed and be a neurodivergent brain rot again.
Yeah, no. I was just thinking.
Okay, I'm back.
We were just talking
Hello.
about
Hello.
a certain campaign starting soon.
Oh, yay!
Mm,
I get that. Yeah. It's still a while away. Anyway, I've been writing a lot of stuff and coming up with lots of NPCs, which is fun. It'll be my first time GMing, so
That's so awesome.
yeah, that's kind of why I went for that, because it's the like
Yeah.
fandom that I know the best.
Yeah.
And I can focus, I don't have to worry too much about
Lore and
knowing the
stuff.
lore and stuff. I
That's
can just
smart.
focus on GMing.
Playing for your strengths.
Mm.
It's
And
funny
we'll
you
see
said
how it
it's
goes.
a ways away, because when I read the message, I had just woken up from a nap, and I read it, and my brain didn't see May, so I thought April, and I was like, next week!
Next
I
week!
was like, what?
No. Yeah, no. I mean, are you thinking of playing, or are you like
I
on the
am-
fence, or?
My current judging factor is
Mhm.
if I get a really good idea that makes me maybe like, oh, that'd be sick. I would play it, because that would currently my whole like deal is just getting like motivated into it.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
I've got a docs. I'm writing down ideas, and if any of them suddenly jump out to me, I'm also probably going to replay the game anyways, just because last time I played
Just
with my brother.
because it's a great fucking game. Anyway, it's a good game.
Played with my
Yeah.
brother. It's so good.
I mean, I've got like, I'm just looking at the server now, and I've got like so many people in there. But it's only going to be 6 players. But I was just like, so many people were like, I'm not sure if I'm going to play or not. So I was like, you know what? Add people, and they can read what it's about and make their own judgment.
Yeah.
On what. But obviously, if I can't get enough players, that means I'm going to be headed for Dream Realm and seeing if I can find a couple of people.
I'm sorry, man.
Well, there's a couple of people that I know in real life. Like, obviously, my husband's playing. Is going to be playing.
Yeah.
And perhaps one of our friends as well. He's not 100% sure. And then his girlfriend is also a massive fan of The Last of Us, but she's not really played TTRPGs before. So it's, so I've got like Glenn, my husband, and Lex and Val confirmed so far. So yeah. But yeah, if you do have any good ideas or like anything that you want to ask, just message me whenever. It's cool, and we can work something out if you're like considering it.
Yeah.
Good to have you.
Thanks. I was gonna say I'll brainstorm and I'll let you know if anything comes up. Yeah.
Yippee!
I had to read through the like manual, the word I'm looking for. Oh my god.
Like the handbook.
Yeah, the handbook. That's it.
Yeah.
I was reading through that, and I'm surprised by how like similar it is to the game.
Yeah,
Like
right.
so similar, like crafting,
It's like
skills, the whole thing.
Yeah. Which is really like great for me because it means I just have to. It's less for me to think about. Like this is obviously a fan-made TTRPG. That someone, and I was like, okay, you know what? It was like pretty cheap to like, but I basically bought like the PDF version
for it,
on Etsy, and it was pretty cheap. And I was like, you know what? That works. That's one less thing I have to worry about. Check. The thing I'm looking forward to the most, I think, as well, GM is like actually going through everyone's characters and knowing everyone's characters and everyone's secrets.
Yeah, so cool.
Oh,
Being like,
idea is
oh
awesome.
yeah.
Loki wanna stick around just to watch what happens, because
I mean, I will. Yeah, I mean, if you're able, like, if you're not able to play, and I'm happy to have
Yeah.
spectators.
I have late classes on Thursday, and I can't make it. And I'm sad about that, but
That's. I mean, I was. It's either it was either going to be Thursday or Wednesday. But I thought Thursday, with it being like near the end of the week, might be better. I don't know. I'm still not 100% set on
but
it.
it's okay. I'm sure you'll find like people who are very, very excited and are big fans, because I've not watched or played either. I would have to deep lore research,
Okay.
which I would
Yeah.
willing to do, but I wouldn't add much to the table fan wise.
Oh, it's okay. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Spent the last few days writing a lot of stuff, so yeah.
Yeah, I love that. I'm also attempting to get into DMing. I have really cool ideas, but I've never done anything like that. I just need to learn how to map first, because I don't know how to map.
No, neither do I. That's one thing that I'm like, oh god, I'm dreading. I might end up just doing what like Mark does, which is pretty much theatre of the mind most of the time.
yeah.
And then maybe having like a map or two for like significant,
Yeah.
Because
I like theatre of the mind.
my boyfriend is like a very long time DM, and he's DMs for me as well. And he's so good with maps and stuff. So I'm like, I have to sit you down one day, and you have to teach me how to map. Because I opened the Incarnate because it was recommended by many people, and I was like, I don't know anything. What do I press?
It's like a whole like Photoshop app. It's like a whole can of worms.
It's like I look at it and like I looked at it, attempted to find something, I couldn't find anything, and just closed the tab. I was like, I feel useless now. I'm gonna go cry in the corner.
I did like one shots for my friends, and I did like I was gonna start a campaign, then it ended after 2 sessions, and then one of them became pedophile. So,
Oh, Jesus.
yeah, crashed and burned. But I've spent. But this is before I actually joined any of the groups here or knew Lex, so I didn't know what I was doing, and I think I ended up using, GIMP, the free software.
Oh yeah.
I used that instead of like Photoshop, and then I just found online maps that kind of fit what I was going for. That, or when we did it in person, I have this giant whiteboard, and I just put it
Yes.
in there.
Yeah. Whiteboard
Classic.
maps. Yeah. Great.
But yeah, one thing I will never understand is like making encounters and balancing for the character.
That's so hard,
I cannot do it.
I'm very worried about that, but it's going to be a learning process, like for me. So yeah, rip my players.
If there's a TPK, then we'll just restart.
Yeah, this is fine. It's fine. Yeah.
I've had many times where I'll make an encounter thinking this should work, and then halfway by the end I'm going, you know what? That chest you checked earlier actually did have a health potion, and you did pick it up. That's crazy.
Like, that's crazy. Damn.
I didn't mean for this to happen. Oh god. I think I just like DMing for the spontaneousness of it. Like having to constantly.
Improv.
When I was playing off my friends, it was really easy to do that with, but as a DM, because I sort of know them and what they're gonna do and act, and then I can sort of jokingly do it, and it works well. That was good. It was good. God. Just thinking back now to the shit they did, Jesus. And one of them used Thorn Whip on one of the team members and used them as a makeshift like flail.
Amazing.
That was so dumb.
One thing I always wanted to do with Flora, because she had Thorn Whip.
Oh yeah.
I wanted to like make someone a Beyblade, like wrap them up and then like spin them. I was like, no, that's not gonna work. That's dumb. But I was like, you know what, Beyblade could be. Yeah. To be fair, I could do that with Annie. She has a whip as well. Well, she has a lasso.
Although it
Right.
is like half blade, so.
It's like it's like, well, at least that's how I imagine it anyway. I haven't really talked through the details with Dylan, but like I imagine it like it has like a button on it, so I can like just click it and then like the blades come out.
Yeah. Okay.
So like if I want to like fuck someone up while they're like wrapped up in the lasso, I can. But I could just use it as a normal like metal lasso.
Mm.
Yeah. No,
Oh no.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
No, replay. Have you? I'm surprised. Have you seen
Oh,
the
no.
video of the little metal guy going, I love. It's like viral at the moment.
I haven't actually, which is weird for me
Wow.
because I'm usually like on viral shit.
To be fair, it's games and stuff. Maybe it's the. Yeah, it's good.
Consider. I will consider.
Mm.
Yeah. I don't know what that is.
What's the concept of the game? What's the?
Look in the brain route. That's Repo.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Funny little
geez.
man.
Oh, I've seen that.
Yeah, that's Repo.
Wait, let me have a look.